party peeps? Anybody out there? Knockity knock knock. Hello, hello. Anybody alive today on a Thursday? It's a throwback Thursday, y'all. Remember when I used to do these cards, the Act Daily? So I've never done one. I thought that I would do kind of a pick a card thing, like between 1 and 3, 1, 2, and 3. Pick a card. Like take a deep breath in, right, before you pick it. So I'm going to tell you what these cards are before you choose, okay? So these are 52 ways to stay present and live your values using acceptance and commitment therapy. And these are by Diana Hill, PhD, and Debbie Sorensen, also PhD. And these, can't remember if they were a gift or I bought them. And once in a while, I take them out, and I should take them out more often because it's when you sit and you take that breath and you sit in with yourself and you ask for a message, like what is the message that will help me move forward today, or help me be grounded or feel complete or feel like I'm enough? Like what is a reminder to help me move forward or let go of something, right? So you ask a question, you drop into it, and then I just shuffle these, and then I take one out, and then what that message is for that day, I take it in and I'll do it, and I'll be mindful about it. It's really about being mindful. When you're mindful, you're able to stay present and focused. So that being said, the categories that are in this deck are being present, obviously. So become more aware of the present moment to fully experience life as it is unfolding. Live with intentions and be aware of your thoughts, emotions, and body sensations. Second one is cognitive diffusion. Unsticking from your thoughts or diffusing from them can help you get space from inflexible thoughts like self-criticism, rules, and shoulds. You shoulding all over yourself, guys. Don't do that. Don't should all over everybody else either. Number 3, acceptance. Love this one. Let go of the struggle to avoid or control your inner experience. Instead, be willing to accept all your thoughts, emotions, and sensations, even the unpleasant ones. 4, perspective taking. Shift your perspective to open your mind beyond the stories that it tells about you to experience a grander, more flexible vantage point. 5, values. Live a values-driven life by being attuned to the qualities of living that bring you meaning, vitality, and purpose. Yes, do you know your values? Are you connected to your values? That should be the number 1. Values are all about knowing what matters to you and choosing to live deliberately. 6, committed action. Take ongoing steps in the direction of your values, even when those steps are difficult. Commit to putting values into action in your life. Yes, action. 7 is compassion. Psychological flexibility also means showing up for yourself and others with kindness, especially when you are struggling. Compassion builds your resilience and reminds you that you are not alone. And when you put all of these together, these core processes of the ACT deck that we are going to do today, you're going to choose from here, are interrelated to work best when you are practiced together. Take your ACT practices to the next level by learning more about how these processes enrich each other. Okay, so if you're ready, we're going to play a little message game today. Like, what are your guides, your spirits, what is the message that they're trying to give to you today? Right? No matter when you watch this, if you're watching it live or if you watched it after it was live, this message was meant to find you, okay? So first of all, drop into yourself, drop into your heart, let go of the monkey mind of thinking, take a deep breath in the nose, make sure the lower belly gets full, and then release with a What is that message that you want to learn or know today? Clarity on what? All right, now pick 1, 2, or 3. Pick 1, 2, or 3. All right, and I'm going to shuffle this deck. And remember what card you chose. And we're going to talk about what that message is for you today on helping you move forward cards. Sometimes we overthink things. Sometimes we get in our analyzing brain and then we get paralyzed and do nothing. And then we start to feel like we're not good enough. There's no way. This is too much to do. So these cards really are supporting me to stay present and take one step at a time, and alleviates all anxiety, stress, overwhelm, right? And I don't use these as often anymore because I've gone through a lot of personal development and leadership training. And I'm going to do another one coming up in July. I'm so excited that I am practicing really just shifting and staying present and recognizing when I am being triggered and why I'm being triggered, and where in my life, how I'm still living in scarcity or not treating myself with love and respect or confidence or what have you. So anyhow, remember, 1, 2, or 3. Ready? I'm going to shuffle them more last time. All right, guys, what do they need to hear today? What do they need to really focus their attention today? All right. Ready? All right. 1, 2, one more card, guys. One more card. We need one more card. I'm going off screen, guys. Sorry. All right. Cool. You got your number? All right, number 1. If you picked card 1, we got acceptance. Yes. All right. So this is card 1, acceptance. And this one on the back is called the emotion police. And it says, many of us have learned that some types of feelings or sensations should be controlled or not expressed, aka suppressed. Today, pay attention to moments when you are trying to hide or block your feelings. Oh, I love this one for you today. Which inner experiences do you try to control? Yes. What are some of the limiting beliefs that we have around showing our emotions, right? Men have been told, boys don't cry, suck it up, why are you so sensitive? You're too sensitive. And, girls are like, yes, of course, she's so emotional and she's crazy. And of course she's crying, and maybe, big girls don't cry and all that stuff. And so this is a great card for you today because it is about accepting your authentic truth. And oftentimes we try to people please, and we don't want to, we all want to be liked, right? So we're not really expressing how we truly are feeling about something. So we hide the emotion, and that person or that all those people never really get to understand our truth. And then they wonder why, there's like a weird relationship dichotomy now between you guys, or you're holding on to this emotion for years and years and years, and it's starting to weigh on your relationship, or you break up with a person, or you stop talking to that friend because you feel you allow yourself to feel confined because you're not expressing yourself, and you're, in a sense, kind of making it their fault and their business. So today, be true to yourself. Be true to yourself, because then that gives permission for others to be true to themselves and their selves and their emotions. And the only thing that can happen from that, if you come from love and kindness and truth, is connection and deeper, more meaningful relationships. Isn't that beautiful? All right, so if you chose card 1, today is remembering to accept and listen and pay attention to the moments when you're trying to hide how you're really feeling. Like, are you mad and you want to scream? Are you happy and you want to giggle and shout joy? Like, woohoo! Or do you got really emotionally upset and you want to cry? You have to hide it, or you got like physically hurt and you don't want to show how badly you're hurt and you're holding in the tears. Like, emotions our energy in motion. When you block that energy, when you don't let that emotion run its course through you, it gets stuck. And the more you continue that pattern, the more and more and more of that emotion gets built up. And it's like gets sludgy, and it doesn't allow your energies to flow the way that they are meant to. And that is when you start to experience dis-ease, pain. Maybe you start to injure that area. Maybe you end up having something that is with that, some kind of autoimmunity or some kind of something, right? That is located within the area of that energy or that chakra, which is holding that energy. Okay, so that was it for number 1. Now moving on to card 2. Did you pick card number 2? I can't wait to tell you what is your message for today. Today, they're saying that you get to have perspective taking. So today is about flexibility training. Oh, yes. We often make statements about ourselves like, I am or I am not. Today, practice flexibility with an I am story by deliberately doing the opposite of what that story says. If you tell yourself, for instance, I am shy, talk to someone new. Notice how this changes your perspective about yourself. I'm going to read that again because I don't know if it cut out. We often make statements about ourselves like I am or I am not. Today, practice flexibility with an I am story by deliberately doing the opposite of what that story says. So for instance, if you tell yourself I am shy, go talk to somebody new. If you say I am not a morning person, get up early. If you say I don't like to do dishes, do dishes. If you say I am tired, I don't want to work out, then get up and work out. Notice how this changes your perspective about yourself. So what I'm hearing in this card is when you're feeling the resistance, say, oh, what the F? I'm going for it anyway, and do it. Go against the resistance, because the resistance is really our fear keeping us safe and not wanting to do that thing that we know is going to possibly have some experience that's going to help expand us in some way or another. You're going to start to have a different belief because you push through that resistance. So when you're feeling resistance, oh, I'm shy, like go talk to somebody. Don't get stuck in that story, in that pattern, that limiting belief. Like, is that who you are? Is that really who you are? Or is that a story that came from your childhood? That you hear people around you, like your parents or teachers or friends always saying, oh, he's just shy. She's just shy all the time. Oh my gosh, she's so annoying. You're so annoying. Oh my gosh, stop talking. You talk too much. Like, that's where our limiting beliefs get formed, and we start to take them on as our truths. And we start to really believe that because we start to see evidence because we're looking for it. So today is asking you to look for a different perspective, different evidence of your greatness, evidence of your glory, evidence of your light and your uniqueness, because you matter and you are enough just the way you are. And you get to choose your story. You get to choose the version of you in every single moment, not based off of what somebody says or what you thought you are. Like, you can reinvent yourself any given moment. And this card is saying, be flexible with your identity. Be flexible with who you really want to be. So stop being the victim and change the pattern. Be an I am, an open, talkative, friendly, outgoing person. Be an I am a morning person, and I love waking up when it's quiet and the day is beginning and nobody is really up. I love that. See the difference? There's power there. So today, take back your power. Take back your power and be an I am, I can today. Okay. So that was for number 2. Card number 2, perspective taking. I hope that there was something there that really helped you today. And by the way, you guys, card 1 and 2, please make sure that you write in your comments if you notice that was something that was right on of what was helping you to move forward today. All right, moving on to card number 3. Make sure you let me know what card you chose and if you loved your message today. And subscribe for more of if you like this too, so we can do more of these free fun live card readings. All right, committed action is for card number 3. Did you pick card 3? Card 3 is committed action. So your message for today, if you picked card 3, is committed action. It says focus on actions, not the outcomes. Keeping your attention on actions instead of endpoints will help you sustain a change you want to make in the long term. Pick a values-based goal you want to pursue. What are 3 small actions you can do this week that reflect that value? Focus on engaging with the action over the outcome. Beautiful. So, first of all, values, like we said, are things that really matter to you, and you choose to live them deliberately. So everything that you do, say, choose, be, all of that is aligned with your values, or else you're not living in integrity. That's another topic for the next live. So these are what are the 3 small actions that you're going to take today that you can do that are going to help you reflect on your values, right? So instead of saying, I'm never going to get this, I'm never going to get that, it's just overwhelming. Break them down in sections on what can you do today? What can you do? One thing today. If it's 3 is too much, just do 1. Every action that you take moves you closer and closer. I love Tony's, I don't know if it's Tony Robbins' quote or he quotes somebody else, but I've heard him say it. He goes, people overestimate what they can do in 1 year, but underestimate what they can do in 10, or what they could accomplish in 10. And it's true. And it's because we get stuck again in the overanalyzing, thinking that it has to be more complicated and harder, or it has to be perfect. It has to look a certain way. Oh my God, what are people going to say if I really tell people how I feel, or if I really show up and use my voice? Are people going to judge me? Am I enough? Am I good enough to do that? But you're never going to feel good enough if you don't take committed action, because it's in the committed action that you start to grow and you start to see what works and what doesn't. And you start to build confidence because you're showing up and people are being impacted. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Let's just get that out of the way. Not about people pleasing. It's not about looking good and not worrying about being judged. It's about you knowing your values and what it is you want to create and taking 1 small action. 3. If you can do 1, you can do 3. And just that is where confidence comes. Confidence doesn't come from success. It comes from failing and going, oh, I survived. The lion didn't come to eat me. Of course, the success does give you confidence too, but that can be taken away. And if you're not set in your truth and knowing and being okay with failure, you're going to run and hide and say, woe is me. Oh my God, I'm not good enough. Look at what happened. I failed. No, just that part of it didn't work. Just tweak it and see what else, how can you innovate? I know that Thomas Edison says, I didn't fail. I just figured out 10,000 ways that it did not work. But the truth is, we forget, we start to look for validation outside of ourselves, that it stops us from being committed with our action. Because we were like, oh, did they like it? What did they say? I didn't get any response. Nobody likes it. I'm just going to stop what I'm doing. Obviously, nothing's working. And then you give up. No, take 1 step at a time. If no one's out there yet, no one's listening yet, it's just because you haven't refined your message. You haven't really hit into your real reason why you're doing this. Your big why, your values. Like, Are you thinking about being and giving generosity, or are you thinking about how you can succeed? Because that's another thing. When you start to really focus on how you can help bridge the world with love, compassion, and acceptance, then, synchronicities and the guides, they just want to know that you have it in it for the betterment of everybody. But it starts with you being in committed action with being your true self and sticking with your values and doing one small step at a time. That's where habits are built. Okay. Woo! Tell me, which card did you pick? And was it the right message that helped for you? Was there something that that I said that really resonated, or that finally clicked for you? Please make sure that you share in the comments, you subscribe to this channel, and make sure so that you don't miss out any other lives that are coming up. I definitely have more of these coming, more lives coming now that I'm feeling like I have the books, my children's books out, and I am getting back to showing my face and being here to serve you and to let you know what I did, what helped me get out of the funks, get out of the trenches, and get out of the dark, dark hole I was in. So if you want to hear more, please make sure you subscribe. Let me know, message me, or leave in the comments, what topics do you want to hear? What topics do you want me to talk about? Where is it that you're stuck or feeling not enough? Tell me. And the next live, I will touch upon the topics. So make sure that you stay tuned. Until next time, my friends, be sure to keep those energies flowing. Be kind to yourself and others. And I'll see you. Maybe next time we'll do a little techniques and exercises that are going to help us to stay present and anxiety-free, stress-free. If fear is kicking in from having us do that committed action, there are things that we can do. If you're feeling not grounded and want to be present with what's happening because you feel like you're just everywhere, I have energy work for that. There's also essential oils that are really super beneficial for helping with stress, depression. It supports the feelings and the symptoms that it worked for me anyways. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not saying that this is a thing. You always should make sure you consult with your doctor and before using any essential oils or any other modalities. But these are the things that worked for me, and I just want to share them with you. And if you're curious and if you're willing to try with an open mind, miracles can happen. All right, my friends. So till next time, be well.